So, today I wanted to share the one thing that I learned in this past month that could have accelerated my career had I started doing it earlier. It would have been something that would have saved me so much stress, so much mental anguish, and so much trying to figure out what exactly to do and how to do it. And this one thing is really asking for advice, but also knowing who to ask for advice from. This past month, I've been really struggling at my company regarding one topic, and that was visibility. So mainly I was really feeling like people didn't know what I was working on, even though I am a sub-project manager in a massive project. And people didn't know what the impact of my work was. Especially outside of the project, a lot of the work I did was mistakenly attributed to someone else, or they just simply did not know what I was doing and what I was so busy with. So I went to ask for advice from a couple of other project managers and department leaders whom really kindly shared a lot of interesting and actionable advice with me. And throughout this process, I really learned that it is not a sign of weakness to ask for advice. On the contrary, it really shows people that you want to grow, you want to learn, and actually just learn from others people's experiences. With this, I felt like I was able to get a lot of useful insights because a lot of things, in your career as well and personal life, you might feel some things from the inside, but maybe from the outside it looks completely different, or the perception of other people is completely different as well. So overall, thinking back, I was really thinking about, all the times in my career that I failed to ask for advice, or I was just thinking if I ask for advice, I will look like someone who doesn't know what they're doing, or they're really lost, and that doesn't look good for me. And maybe then it would be more difficult to progress in my career. But I actually realized in this past month that, as I said, it's really the contrary. And had I started doing this earlier, I probably would have saved a lot of, as I said, trying to figure out like what exactly needs to be done, or how to behave, or how to grow in certain directions. So overall, I'd also like you to take that as a learning that asking for advice is really something very powerful if you know who to ask. So, for example, in this case, I asked a couple of senior project managers and department leads who have really been in their career for a very long time. They're ahead of me like 15, 20, 25 years. And that is a massive amount of time that they had to gain experience that you could gain access to if you just ask them. Most of the time, actually, they're really, really happy to give advice, share some learnings, and actionable tips to you because after all, they're also in the same company. They also want to normally support you. And if you're lucky enough, you can get some really, really valuable tips there. So, as I said again, don't hesitate to ask for advice. And I really urge you to do this with the right people, with the right mindset of trying to get the most out of people who have already walked that path before you and get their experience as well. So with that said, I really hope that this video also helped you. And if you're interested, I share more learnings and more actionable tips towards your career, productivity, language learning, and expat life. So if you're interested, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of more such videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Happy learning. Bye bye.